Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 21 of Lent, where we will go through another meditation from Meditations for Lent by Bishop Jacques Bossuet from Sophia Institute Press. If I seem a little out of it today, I'm just a little under the weather, so hopefully I'm not too spacey, or hopefully I don't sound too terrible, but these meditations do go up on YouTube and Spiritus TV on video, and then they do go up on all the different audio podcast app. Excuse me, I'm gonna clear my throat real. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, like I've been doing, is I'm gonna throw an image up on screen. You don't have to watch. You just listen. You just meditate, and we are going to get going. Day 21, Tuesday of the third week of Lent. Reconciliation. We can learn how much God loves peace from the beautiful precept that commands us to be reconciled with our brother before we worship, lest we approach the oblation offered to him with a resentful heart and hands bent upon vengeance. We should be most attentive to these words. If you are offering your gift at the altar, and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go. First be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift. Matthew 5:23-24. And we should seek reconciliation not only when we have actually offended our brother, but even if he has taken offense mistakenly. We should seek a charitable resolution for fear that we might come to hate him, should we discover that he already hates us. The first gift to offer to God is a heart that is cleansed of all coldness and of all unfriendliness toward our brother. We should not wait for Sunday, whether we are all together or by ourselves alone at Holy Mass. The Lord's Day should be preceded by reconciliation. We must carry to still greater lengths our love of peace. Saint Paul says, do not let the sun go down on your anger. Ephesians 4:26. The shadows only cause our annoyance to increase. Our anger will return and awaken us in the night, and it will have become embittered. The somber, sorrowful emotions, among which are hatred, the desire for vengeance, and jealousy, become more painful during the night, in the same way that wounds and fevers and illnesses do. In quarrels, lawsuits, and disputes, each summons the other before a judge, because the offense is mutual. Both parties ought instead to seek a voluntary and mutual settlement, rather than to arrive at a judgment that will only increase the bitterness of all. This is the truth that we must consider. St. Augustine said that the enemy with whom we must be reconciled, while we are wayfarers here below, is none other than the truth, which condemns us in this life, and in the next brings us to the executioner, who will oblige us to pay to the last penny, that is to say, to remain forever in that appalling prison, for we will never be able to satisfy the debt of our crimes. Forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. Matthew 6:12. It is something worthy of our reflection that God has made the pardon that we hope for from him depend upon the pardon that he commands us to give those who have offended us. Not content to have constantly inculcated this obligation, he has placed it in our own mouths in our daily prayer, so that should we fail to pardon, he will say to us what he said to the wicked servant, I condemn you out of your own mouth. Luke 19:22. You ask pardon from me, promising to pardon in return. You have pronounced your own sentence when you refuse to pardon your brother. Get thee to that unhappy place where there is neither pardon nor mercy. And there we have it. There is our meditation for today. That was a short one, but very important nonetheless. I think I think when we go to confession before Mass, A lot of times we do it because that's the rule, right? That we need to confess any mortal sins before receiving the Eucharist. And I think, maybe don't think about, think about what Jesus tells us about reconciling with our brother before worshiping. So that even if you kind of disobey that when you go to mass without going to confession, even if you don't receive, obviously you're not committing, sacrilege by receiving unworthily, but you still did not reconcile prior to worshiping. So I think that's important to think about and meditate upon. But that is it for today. Thank you all for watching or listening, and I will see you all tomorrow morning on day 22. Thank you, everyone.